Hi there, Joko here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video I'm going to show you some projects with the new Geometric Flowers background cover plate. This is an A2 size cover plate, and I think you can create so many different patterns with it. I will just show you a few different ones. And as you can see, I used some of these are just scraps that I use. Some I had enough paper to die cut a whole panel, and I kept them together with some press and seal, so I know. Not I know, but actually, it was just so much easier to fill these backgrounds. As you can see, here I have a white background, and on that I'm layering some of the colorful pieces to create the smaller flower pattern that you can. And this one is the larger flower, and I used different colors for each petal, and then in between there is there's just white, and I will add some the outline die or die cut. I'm going to layer some together from white cardstock, and I will add that on top of the panel, but I mean, you don't need to. I just wanted to create a few different versions. Generally, I actually prefer this onlaying, what's going on that left hand side panel, but I also do like when this part is dimensional. I mean, I don't know. I do have a preference, but I do like this as well. I also actually had another idea in my mind that I did not create, where I only added the outer petals. So that would be also a different look. And just like I mentioned, first I'm gonna tell you how I did this. I went, as I'm showing you, I fill the colors in a diagonal, and then first from left to right, and then right to left, and then this is the pattern that I got. I like it very much. So this one is not really floral. You can really play with this because there's so many, I think so many different ones. I wasn't going for this pattern, for example. I just wanted to add some diagonal lines, and then this is where or what I ended up with. What was I gonna say earlier? Actually, I'm not sure, but I think basically I mentioned it in a previous video that with background or cover plates, I love to have fun. I love to create different patterns. I love to I don't like puzzles at all, never did them, but I do love this kind of puzzle, inlaying, onlaying, whatever. But here I am with all these panels, and this is where I'm stuck, I don't really want to add anything much because I love the patterns in the background, and yeah, it's difficult to decide. So this is what I was actually saying, that only the outer petals, if you fill with colors, that's again a different look. So I did not want to add a whole lot, so I am using the baby animals because it's a small frame. This little square maybe, but this is only a guess. I think it might be like 2 inches or so, maybe not even. I should look at a ruler, but I think about 2 inches maybe. So that will not cover up a whole lot of my background. So basically that's what I'm doing for all of my cards. I'm creating a layered animal head. I mean, it's like a chipboard element thing. And I'm using the same colors that I used on the background, and I will add all these squares in the top middle. And then my sentiments will be mostly the same. So, I mean, the look will be the same, black sentiment strips from this release, except for this card. I created a white sentiment strip, and this time I actually did not add the letters on top, but I die cut the outer, the negative piece several times, so that's gonna create my dimension. Maybe when I show it up close, it will make sense. And then I am also adding the baby die cut, and I layered the two bees in the end because I wanted to add a bit more color to them. And this is the only card where I added a different sentiment. The other ones will all be along the lines of congratulations on something baby related. So you will see those will be black and white as a contrast. I guess this also would work for like some kind of jungle theme party. Now that I look at it, it would be nice from jungle type colors. And okay, so this is what I actually mentioned in a previous video, that these animals' eyes are actually, so this is like a silhouette, and the eyes would be where I now marked the eyeball with black, which I then regret. It just did not, I don't know, it did not look professional with my pen, and also it was not very visible. If you see it now, it's just not visible. And also I made a mess on because the pen was not yet dry, so I will decide later on to die cut that monkey again, and I will add another layer of die cut, so you will not see the black eye. I just thought it might look good because I have the black sentiment, but for some reason it just did not stand out from the background, so I abandoned that idea. Now on this one, again, same concept, different animal, and now I'm struggling with this one a little bit because it's a really long and big sentiment, but I wanted it to be a bit crooked, funky, and just, fun. But I'm trying with different, I'm trying different placements. And then in the end, it's really super wonky. I think that one is the only one that I probably didn't even try. Okay. I guess this adoption one would also work for animals. A lot of people adopt kittens, I guess, dogs, probably many other things. I never had a pet in my life, so this is all new to me. I'm still learning. So, again, a long sentiment, so I was wondering how I should place it. See, here you can actually see the eye because the background is really light, but I didn't like it. I still didn't like it, so I will die cut an extra layer of this, and then the monkey, this horsey, you see. And I think again I made a mess with the pen there. So sometimes you don't like what you do, then you just add the layer of die cut. It's not visible, so easy peasy, and it's all fixed. Or if you like it, then obviously don't change it, but just, especially on this monkey, you just cannot see that. So now that's super dimensional because now I have like 5 layers of die cuts on that one. Now trying to figure out how I want to place my sentiment on this horse card. I thought the wonky one looked better. In fact, now that I'm looking at it, I still think that, but I don't know why I went with this straight version, but it is done and that's what it is. So then I had a white on white background that I had to figure out what to do with. And then it came to me that I haven't used the smaller sentiment from the congratulations set. So it's also congratulations, but it's smaller. And I figured this is a good one to add a lot of colors with, or at least a few like I did here. And I'm creating a template because I wanted to add the letters the same way that the big sentiments are actually on the die, because it takes up less space, and I don't know, I just like that look. So now I'm going ahead. I use as you can see here, there are some layers to these letters, so I already glued them together. I didn't want to do that on camera. So every letter has 2 layers of white heavyweight cardstock and then 1 color layer. And as you can see, I'm placing that template down there and kind of trying to center it on the panel in the back. And as you can see, I am pulling up that template after gluing down each letter, except here. Here I'm actually gluing down all 3, because I don't want any, you always have a little bit of extra glue, even though I wipe it off on that kitchen towel on the left. There's always a little bit of excess glue, and the template will just stick to it if I let it there for longer, because this is such a fast drying glue. So to have your project clean, I suggest that you do this. You remove it every time, and I mean, it takes maybe a little bit longer, but I think it's totally worth it. And you can guess I speak from experience. I don't notice these things unless they happen to me. So now I'm cutting my sentiment panel into size, and I'm adding a few layers of white cardstock in the same size behind it, just so that I have a sturdier piece here. And then basically this will provide my colorful focus in the middle of my card. And I mean, this is a little bit of a different card. This is really not a baby card, but you could, if you like it simple, this is mostly white, right? But then, of course, I had to add some color. Now, it would be nice if I could have added more, for the flower centers, but as you can see, I only have these 2x4 next to my sentiment and nothing else. So I tried to add the ones here on the side, but honestly, it just didn't feel right. It was too close to the side, the enamel dots. You could almost just remove them. So I just chose to go with those 8 enamel dots. And then I'm coming in with more enamel dots on the other cards. But again, I would have preferred to add more than the pattern really required. So here as well, this is why I decided to, in the end, add the enamel dots to my square instead of the background. Same here. Again, enamel dots are just a good finishing touch, I think. I love using them all the time. Here I'm adding them to the flowers, but again, you can see that I can only add it to the midsection. It doesn't look right on the sides. Okay, so these cards are done as well. I hope I could give you some pattern ideas. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with in terms of different new patterns that I don't show here. All right, thank you very much for watching. Check out all the other videos on my channel today, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.